What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. It seems like the Lakers are not interested in former Clippers player Patrick Beverley. There were reports that Patrick Beverley was a player that they might have shown interest in at one point. And now there is no interest at all, for Patrick Beverley. So, with that being said, I don't know how it's really going to pan out or if it really is true or not specifically. But I mean, the reports were saying that they were going to trade Patrick Beverley for, trade Taylor Horton-Tucker for Patrick Beverley. That was the notion. You can actually look at it in SportsIllustrated.com if you choose, and a couple other sites where they have it posted. But I mean, really, it's just a waste because if you look at it from this standpoint, what would they be gaining? Patrick Beverley is like 34, 35 years old, THT is in his 20s, and like I said, the Lakers, if you look at what they've been doing this offseason specifically, they've been trying to really get more youthful than anything else, adding a couple pieces, Lonnie Walker and Thomas Bryant, a few other underrated pieces here and there, and they really trying to, start a new wave, of talent going forward, even though LeBron doesn't really like, getting talent like that. LeBron likes to win now. He doesn't really like to rebuild and all those type of things. LeBron just doesn't like that. So, out of respect for him, the Lakers, I think they're trying to get, big fish, big name pieces, in an LA jersey, but it's going to be kind of tough because of so much that, goes into that and, how much less assets they have to really offer other teams to get somebody, with a big name like a Kyrie Irving or maybe even a Kevin Durant or somebody like that. It's just really far-fetched almost at this time because, like I said, they don't really have enough to offer, or if they do feel like they have enough to offer, the opposing team, like the Nets or whatever, they don't really feel like what the Lakers have to offer them is enough for what they're giving them in return. So, I mean, really, the Lakers, they got a bunch of elderly statesmen on the team, guys who can't play the position no more the way they used to, not at a high level. And what we saw last year, I mean, people have to realize when it comes to the Lakers, every single player on that team, besides maybe LeBron James, stock had went down last year. Maybe besides LeBron, I'll say, really, yeah, you could just say everybody's stock went down. You can even say LeBron's stock went down a little bit only because of the fact that they didn't even make the play-in tournament. You see what I'm saying? But this is LeBron James we're talking about, so it's different for him. But for the most part, the team stock went down last year because of, being 10, 15 games under 500. Playing piss poor basketball, having 3 top 75 players and couldn't find a way to make a play-in tournament. So, everybody's stock went down. And this is the reason why I said, the Kyrie thing is going to be really hard to, finagle for them because, like I said, what pieces do they really have that's worth another team giving up a huge piece like a Kyrie and not getting much in return? I mean, honestly, the Nets would probably be better off, giving the Warriors Kevin Durant and get like Jordan Poole, Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins and maybe one other person like a James Wiseman on the team. I mean, they'd be better off doing that, probably. So, I mean, but even still, with the Lakers, I didn't think that Taylor Horton-Tucker would be, traded right now. I mean, and if he was going to be traded, back to the topic, if THT was going to be traded, I didn't think it would be for somebody like Patrick Beverley because I don't think it's worth it. Patrick Beverley is not as talented as THT, has, shown at times or what he could be. THT could score better. He has more of a game where, he can, like I said, he can contribute on like both ends of the floor. You see what I'm saying? His game is more built for that because he can score, pretty good when given the opportunity. He's had a few big nights, a few decent nights scoring with the Lakers, since he's been there. And he's shown that he's got talent. It's just not consistent. But I mean, it's hard to do that with 3 top 75 players on the team and they're trying to win a championship. And, he's trying to find his way, build his way up in the process. That's just very hard for a young player to do at times when there's so much going on with the team the way the Lakers have. So, I mean, I understand, that he's not consistent and all those things. But Patrick Beverley really doesn't bring you anything besides, he'll give you a little bit of defense when he really decides to play it. But there are times where Patrick Beverley really is a detriment to a team because the technical fouls, getting under people's skin, playing that dirty, crazy style of basketball that he does, a lot of times it put the team in jeopardy rather than actually help them, because when you watch Patrick Beverley play, yeah, he plays with an edge and fierceness and stuff like that. But a lot of times he plays with a lot of those antics and a lot of that, flopping type stuff and all that. And at times it works. And a lot of times he's really a non-factor unless, he's really, getting into somebody defensively. But that's rare because he's getting older too. And on top of that, he's not the best of scorers. His jump shot is gotten a little bit better. His 3-pointer has gotten a little bit better, but it hasn't gotten better to the point where it's trusted. You expect him to knock down 2 out of 3. If he gets 4 threes, you expect him to knock down 3 out of 4 or something like that. His game is not quite to that level. You see what I'm saying? So that's my thing. You don't really have much in Patrick Beverley when it comes to that. And like I said, THT to me is, definitely a lot younger and his future is a lot brighter, than Patrick Beverley's future ever was in the NBA. I mean, honestly, Patrick Beverley has played overseas, here, there, he's a journeyman more like until he found a home kind of sort of in LA with the Clippers, but for a while there. But now he's back to being journeyman again. He went from Minnesota 1 year celebrating with them for beating the Clippers, having a parade and all that BS, and now he's on the Utah Jazz suffering, looking like this is a team that I don't want to be on, and what are we doing here? You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those situations with Patrick Beverley. I wouldn't trade anybody for Patrick Beverley. His contract is minimal. You can find a way to bring somebody like him in, without trading somebody like THT. I don't think you have to trade him for Patrick Beverley. If you're going to trade THT, it needs to be for a player along the lines of, somebody just a little bit better, than Patrick Beverley. You see what I'm saying? Like, THT for maybe D'Angelo Russell or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit lower than that. But I mean, somewhere along those lines, talent for talent, not somebody like Patrick Beverley who runs around, kind of, doing his little antics, like I say, and at times he'll play a little defense. At times he's just he's putting on a show out there on the floor for like entertainment. You don't need that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like the Lakers need that, you know what I'm saying? The Clippers, that was good for them because he was a part of that culture, and I think Ty Lue was the right coach for him. Once Ty Lue kind of got him a little, grounded on certain things and this and that, even though, you can't tell Patrick Beverley much, but still, I'm saying that's more the team for, Patrick Beverley. He doesn't need to be on the Lakers because I think it would be a lot of back and forth between him and LeBron. The locker room would be divided. I don't know. I just don't see him being a fit, with the Lakers. And like I said, even if the Lakers did get him, I don't think they should trade somebody like THT for him, personally. But because like I said, Patrick Beverley is definitely on his way out of the NBA more so, than him being in the NBA for long term. Because like I say, he's 34 years old. He really doesn't have much value. He can't really shoot the greatest. He doesn't score. He doesn't even play defense, consistently. At times he plays defense really well. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I saw him in the playoffs a year ago or so when he locked up Devin Booker when he was on the Clippers, and they took the Suns 6 games before the Suns made it to the finals. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely locked up Devin Booker really good. Got in his head and all that stuff. So his antics and stuff, it works at times, but a lot of times it doesn't. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really pointless for the Lakers to do that. And like I said, I don't really feel like he'd be giving the Lakers a lot of value at this point. You know what I'm saying? Especially in his career. So I don't really think the Lakers should even sweat over that. I think they should look after other pieces, and what they got right now is okay. They got a few good young pieces in there, so they might as well just ride with that and ride with THT and see how they can ultimately build him up a little bit more and build his confidence up more, because he has talent. There's no doubt about that, but it just needs to be more consistent. You know what I'm saying? So I would keep the piece they have rather than even thinking about him for Patrick Beverley or anything like that. I don't even think the Lakers should even look Patrick Beverley's way, but at the same time, we'll see see how it all unfolds for the Lakers, and we'll see that, we'll see what other changes or other acquisitions they might make on the team. But as of right now, I would just roll what they have and, try to, get ready for the season, coming up here, not, soon enough anyway, get working in the gym, trying to work out, get everybody acclimated. I'd be more focused on that if I were the Lakers right now, not unless they can land a big fish like Kyrie or KD or somebody like that. Of course, then it'd be different. But other than that, I mean, that's the only direction I think the Lakers should look, and the only direction I think the Lakers should go at this point in time. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.